Good morning. Welcome to the On-Air Open House. It's the first official weekend of summer. Look at the weather out there. Bill, what's going on?
Doesn't look like I think the first day of summer should look
No, and thank God you didn't wear your shorts today, man.
No kidding.
Number one, you'd be extremely cold, and number two, I'd be throwing up. I'm just kidding. Oh, Fern's seen you in shorts, too. Hi, Fern. You've seen him in shorts.
Oh, I know. I cover my eyes.
I know. Well, you know, that's what your mom taught you to do. A nice little girl would not look at Bill's gangly legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my God. Happy summer. Happy summer, Fern.
Happy summer.
What a week it's been, huh? Boy, oh boy, you guys have been out selling real estate. Bill's been dealing with mortgages, and people have been dropping out of the EU. And that's, Bill, you're saying it could make a difference in Canada with Britain going?
Yeah, it could make a difference with the difference in what's happening with the economies across the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's some thoughts that Canada might have to drop their Bank of Canada rate.
Really? So am I to think that's good news for Canadians then, or what?
Well, from an export position, it would be really great because the dollar cost for the exporters, the manufacturers in Canada, would be a great way to start building their business even more than what it is already.
Well, now what about your end of the business, Fern? Do you think it's going to make a big difference or difference at all?
You know, time will tell. Time will tell. It was interesting. I was talking to a gentleman last night who is he's from Switzerland. And he was very surprised that they dropped out of the EU. And he says it's going to have major effects on the economy all the way across. From what I also understand, that this money that the UK was supposed to be saving, because if they opted out of the EU, was supposed to go to social benefits. And apparently that's now been reneged.
And apparently,
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
I'll know more in about 3 weeks.
Apparently they're getting rid of the pound, too, over there. They're going to have a new thing. You know how we have the toonie? They're going to have the Queenie. Yeah, they're going to have the Queenie over there. So.
Are you serious?
Well, they could. You almost bought that, didn't you? I like that. I got to call somebody in England that I know.
I'm gullible.
I like that.
So gullible.
So everybody is here today. What a week it's been. Fern is here. Bill is here. Bill is the president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. He's also going to be reading the mortgage question of the week. Fern will read you the question of the week. Bill will answer. You also have the mortgage rate update for us as well, too, right, Bill?
I absolutely do. Later in the show, I'm going to talk about the new lessons.
New lessons?
New lessons we have to learn to buy a home in the Lower Mainland in this market.
You mean you're taking us back to school? Mortgage school?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Fern, what else is going on?
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, is with us this morning and says ownership not as inexpensive as it used to be.
Monica Denaburga, president of Mummy Maid, says sometimes there's just a little too much dust in the air.
Want to try her name again?
Denaburga. I listened to her say the other day.
No, you say nothing like Monica does.
I know. Well, she's had a lot more practice than I have had.
And she's a lot prettier than you are, too.
Well,
that's the way it goes.
That's why I have a face for radio.
Hey, that's a stretch.
It's 10:03. The radio real estate headlines will be coming up soon. And boy, oh, what a week it's been. Some great headlines for Bill and Fern. We'll talk about that shortly as the show goes on. We'll also continue our new financial series with Norm Holmes. He's the VP of Pioneer West Acceptance. And this morning, Norm will chat to us about, well, you may want to invest in a MIC. I guess we'll find out why we want to do that. Right, Fern?
Yeah, I'm a fan of a mix, so I can't wait to hear what else he says about it. So Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if there's something you'd like to know, leave your question on our website, RadioRealEstateJune25th2016, RadioRealEstateJune25th2016, and Bill will answer it on next week's show.
Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty will chat about real estate in the Tri-Cities area.
Time now is 3 minutes after 10. It's 10:03. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650. And it's time now for the weekly mortgage rate update with Bill Macklin, the president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Bill, you were saying with the situation over in Europe that our rates could go down.
Yes.
Not necessarily will, but could.
They could. Yeah. I mean, it's the Bank of Canada that might be dropping the rate. So it could be just the Bank of Canada rate, which would be the prime, not necessarily affecting what the banks are doing. So right now you're seeing a 2.49 5-year fix, which is a great rate. If you have a CMHC insured mortgage, you might even get it down if you have a quick close down at 2.44. Those are great rates. Variable rates are between 2 and 4 and 5, depending on your lender. You're getting off the prime, so you're looking at 2.3, 2.4. Might be lucky to get 2.2.
So if you want to find out where you stand, the best bet is to call your mortgage broker. Go pay him a visit.
I would think so. I think that's. Well, we'll get into this in the next section, so I'll talk about that next.
Okay, well, we'll just say that coming up in the next segment of the show, Bill will be answering the mortgage question of the week, and I've seen the question this week. We have it dandy. Later on in the program, we're going to be doing the Radio Real Estate News Headlines. That's where I give out the headlines from this past week. Fern and Bill will give us their thoughts on the situation, and we'll also be talking about mortgage investment certificates and why Why somebody would want to get one. Fern knows why, and we'll talk about that with Norm as the show goes along.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Sometimes they do, and they have to get in the car to cool down. Has it got a way to cool them down this week?
I have a fantastic offer for Father's Day. 10% off of our parts and labor on any air conditioning service that will get it blowing cold air at you and cooling that collar.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We have found that most consumers automatically sign their mortgage renewal statements. Most banks have a higher than 90% renewal rate, so there's no incentive to give the best rates on renewal. Most people will not change lenders due to the hassle factor. Let us do the shopping for you. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages today.
CL 650.
We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
This is turning into one of my favorite spots on the show. You like it too, don't you, Billy?
I do.
I know.
So I hear that, I start giggling.
Yeah, and Fern likes it because she gets to ask you questions that we couldn't normally ask you.
Exactly.
All right, Fern, you got a dandy for him this morning. It is the first weekend of summer, so let's see if it's a summertime question.
This week's question comes from Dennis Kindersby of Port Hardy. Bill, living in a rural setting, I was wondering if it would be quicker and easier to apply for a mortgage online, or would I be wiser to visit a mortgage broker in person?
Well, thanks, Fern. That's a good question from Dennis. I would probably suggest that we do a lot of what I call out of area mortgages. I would think that the first thing you want to do is you want to contact the broker as a client. You want to contact them. You want to do a telephone interview with the broker. Find out whether you like them, whether they answer your questions, intelligently, whether they look like they've got the opportunity to look at what you're doing, and then if you like it, then you can check out the credentials. You might do that while you're still talking to them online. If you're comfortable, then you have two choices. You can either ask for their online application, which would mean that I would send it to them, and they would answer that overnight and get it back to me in the morning. Some people are more comfortable just talking with us, and so I'll take the application online as we're speaking. Fill in the blanks. In a lot of cases, and I've found over the years, I kind of like it better, but a lot of people like to do things online themselves. If I talk to them directly, I actually get more information from them because I get a better feel for what they want, what they don't want, and where they're ending up. So you give them a better chance to give a better answer.
I think your business is much like Fern's and mine. People say, well, you can just email with the information. Say, yeah, I could, but then it's just words on a screen, right? It doesn't really mean anything. You got to talk to the people and find out what they're trying to do. And
we make house calls.
Yeah, we make house calls. That's true. Yeah.
Everybody has a preconceived idea of what the mortgage they should be getting because they heard it from at least two people who've done at least two mortgages. And so they come in with that context. And what you try to do is you try to educate them. And they're still the boss. They're still going to do what they want to do. But our job is to actually educate them so they can make better decisions, ask better questions, or ask more questions.
And just because my mom's cousin from Fernie got a certain deal doesn't mean that I'm going to get the same deal, does it?
Absolutely.
I could get a better deal or whatever.
Yeah, if you mine a float home, you're not going to get quite a good deal as you would on a property in downtown.
Something else I got to cross off the list. No float home. Okay, thanks, Fern. Scratch the float home off the list there, Fern, would you please? She's doing that.
Okay. You have a nice way to live.
There we go.
For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
You know, it's too bad about that float home because it did have a nice deck on it. I was thinking about having a Radio Real Estate party there next week.
I've actually seen people fish off there.
Yeah, you just don't have too many martinis.
That's why you wear seatbelts.
Yeah, when you guys come over, you have to wear seatbelts on my deck out there in the floating home. It's Radio Real Estate Show. Oh, my God. Do I surround myself with people or what? Andrea Jock is here from Keller Williams Elite Realty. What? Try it again, Tom, from Elite Realty. What did you say we're having at my float home?
Float home.
Float home, okay. Andrea's with us. Andrea.
Don't start already, you guys.
I know. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
First weekend of summer. What are we doing?
I'm excited. Summer's here.
I think we should go to the beach instead of going Christmas shopping. What do you think?
I know. I've got a little secret. I'm actually over in Pender Harbor.
Are you really? Shh, it's our secret.
anyone.
Don't tell anybody. Hey, what's going on in the Tri-Cities this week?
It's been a great week in the Tri-Cities. Today I'm featuring a fabulous new listing on a beautiful, quiet cul-de-sac in Port Moody. 15 Darney Bay features a full renovation with durable local materials, BC sand and stained cedar and fir, steel and metal roofing materials, and you would think an architect designed it. The stunning home sits on a flat, fully fenced 7,000 square foot lot, offering organic garden and new perimeter drainage, rain leader systems, polished concrete retaining walls, and a boardwalk-style plank fir which leads you inside. Bright and beautiful open layout, polished concrete countertops, engineered oak hardwood flooring, Thermador appliances, hand-growy Vanoline systems, and so much more are all of the features of this beautiful home inside. Come by and visit the open house today and tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. on the market for $1.998. Tomorrow at 4, join the private group tour of the Yellow Dog Brewing and enjoy tastings and light snacks. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Get in touch with Andrea by calling 604-683-3124, 604-783-3124, or by visiting pinnaclegrouprem.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com.
Thank you so very, very much. Come in. Do you like this new music? I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Kinda nice.
That little ding.
Yeah.
It was like
Room service.
it's like the Amway girl.
Do we still have those?
I think so.
It's angels, you guys.
Oh, it's angels. Sorry, we were kind of hoping for the Amway person. Coming up, we're going to be chatting about the real estate stories that made the headlines this past week and what a week it's been. We'll also continue our series with Norm Holmes, the Vice President of Pioneer West Acceptance. This morning, Norm will chat to us about why you may consider investing in a mortgage investment certificate.
Good morning. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with our mortgage expert, Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, and producer, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
Hi, it's Tom Lucas on the Radio Real Estate Show. At the other end of the phone line is Mike Farkas, my service manager from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, happy Father's Day.
Well, happy Father Days to you from another father.
Well, you know what? Sometimes dads get a little bit hot under the collar, right?
Never.
Well, sometimes they do, and they have to get in the car to cool down. Has it got a way to cool them down this week?
I have a fantastic offer for Father's Day. 10% off of our parts and labor on any air conditioning service that will get it blowing cold air at you and cooling that collar.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We all need specific types of mortgage financing. You may have bought your next home and not sold your current place. We have financing for that. You may not be able to prove your income for the mortgage you require. We have a lender for that. Call us, Dominion Macklem Mortgages today, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Mainly cloudy this morning. There's a chance of some clearing later on this afternoon, and as the weekend progresses, Bill, it gets better, right?
Wow. Sunny, high of 23 tomorrow, 27 inland. Monday, sunny, high of 24, except inland 28.
Wow.
Like, it's sunny.
Like, wow, huh?
It's like summer. It's like summer.
Like WOW.
Yeah.
Sounds like a radio station in Pittsburgh somewhere.
Could be.
WOW. Wow, man, it's 14 degrees right now at WOW on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650.
Yeah, we can all be rich people, rich men and women out there, and we're going to find out how to do that right now with Norm Holmes. He is the Vice President of Pioneer West Acceptance Corporation. We have him on the phone line. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. Last week we explained what a mortgage investment is, and this week I want to explain why everyone should invest in MIC shares. MIC shares are an investment fund that's solely invested in mortgages. MIC returns are much higher than GIC rates and are less risky than stocks and mutual funds. A good MIC fund today provides an average return of 5 to 7%. When I did my final course in financial planning, we had to do a complete financial plan for someone. The instructor told us that if anyone used a long-term rate higher than 6%, he would fail them because historically it's not possible to achieve a long-term yield that's higher than 6%. MIC shares provide this maximum achievable yield with a low level of risk. It's a good investment for everyone due to its quality and excellent return. Next week, we'll discuss how to evaluate MICs. I'm Norm Holmes for Radio Real Estate.
For more information, call Norm at 604-987-4663, 1420. That's 604-987-1420. Or visit pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
And Fern will attest to this, that MICs stand for what? Mortgage Investment Certificates? Corporations are a good thing, right?
Absolutely.
Well, yes. My mix have been return was 7.75% last year.
And that's a lot better than you're getting elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at GICs.
Yeah.
Well, there's banks. There's banks. You can buy some bank investment certificates. They're paying you 0.1 the first year, 0.2 the second year, and 0.3 the third year. Is this wonderful?
Isn't that way? Bill, did you leave the window open?
Did
you bring your budgie?
I'm sorry. I'm actually at still my campsite.
Oh, gee.
You know, at Lake Sammamish.
Oh, is that watching the bird?
And I got these birds. Yeah, I got bird seed all around, and the birds are here.
Well, to tell you the truth, we should be honest, because there could be people listening to this program and they're wondering what the heck's going on with the sound of the birds. We are building, as you know, 4 new radio stations in this building, and the technical person has brought his bird with him and sits in the corner by the microphone.
That's cool.
Well, not really. We'll have to talk.
Well, there are actually 2 birds. There's lovebirds.
Oh no! And when there's 2, there could be 5.
Brother.
Any time.
Okay. Well, let's carry on before it gets out of shape here. It's news time on the program. Yeah, you know what this means. I'm going to give you some news headlines. You guys are going to tell me what you think. Remember, folks, no right, no wrong answers, just answers. Question number 1, or headline number 1. The pre-sales market is hard on new buyers. One real estate agent was overheard saying it's getting a little nuts. And last week, as we were talking on the show, they were lined up in South Surrey to go through a Polygon property. 6 o'clock in the morning, they were lined up.
I can only
Amazing.
I can only refer back to the article that we read on the line here, or on the air, about 4 weeks ago. Bob DeWitt from the Greater Vancouver Home Builders Association, saying that over the next 22 years, we're going to probably see another 1 million people coming into the Lower Mainland, and they will need 500,000 homes.
And the question is, where are we going to put them?
Well, and not only that, but if we don't start building at least 2,000 extra homes a month, we will not be able to meet that demand. So this is going to continue.
Oh, my God.
You bet it is.
And I'm having trouble breathing now.
And, you know, especially on the new home. In the new home market right now, as you know, that up to 750,000, whether you are a pre-owner or not, as long as you're a Canadian citizen, that you are exempt of the property transfer tax. So that was to spur on the market on condos. And you're right. I mean, these can be absorbed in the marketplace so quickly. So where are we going to put all these people? We really need more housing.
Absolutely. Now, the housing crash could cost $12 billion, says Moody's. A U.S.-style crisis up here. Well, it could rattle the banks. It could cause devastation in the prices here in British Columbia and in Ontario. Well, what do you think?
Absolutely, if that is true. But, you know, if we had a tsunami and if the sky fell, and I think that if Trump built a border of a stone wall between us and the States, yeah, something like that could happen. But, I mean, like, I love these headlines. They tell you, you know what, we're going to have a housing crash. Then the next line says, if this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and the day is still a dark day, then this could happen. So it sounds like it's fact, and then when you get actually to the truth, there's no more chance to happen.
Well, let me put it this way to you. I remember when we had that terrible fire down in White Rock. I remember there's some fellow that came on this program, and it wasn't me, who said, I can't understand this. The fire hall was right across the street. So like a goof, I have to go down there and look it out. There's no fire hall across the street. You won't say who said that. It was down the block.
Block down. Blocks down.
It's a big difference, isn't it?
Well, they don't have enough water. You know, that you're right, that whole episode should never have happened. But, well, it shouldn't have happened in the beginning.
No.
But, you know, I give the firemen an awful lot of credit that they did the best with what they had to work with.
And I believe that, isn't White Rock surrounded by water?
Yes.
Oh, we can't get
Can't
up.
say that.
No, it's
Yeah,
different.
go
different.
figure.
No, they call it a sea.
Go figure.
It's not a bay, it's a sea.
Okay. So we're going to make this way for urban. This is a good story. Parking makes way for urban growth. According to the 1970s hit by Joni Mitchell, they paved paradise, they put up a parking lot. However, in downtown Vancouver, it's all about to be reversed, as the parking lot at the corner of Smythe and Richards will be transformed into a beautiful new park in a couple of years. Isn't that dandy?
That's wonderful.
They tore
Not
down,
18.
they tore down parking and put up paradise.
Yeah. So why wouldn't we, as a community, as a city, why wouldn't we make it restrictive that anybody that wants to build anything has to have underground parking for not only the people that live there, but actually for guests, so that you would actually get away from street parking, surface parking. You'd have more green space. You'd have more place for kids to play. You'd have much better environment.
But they were building a park.
Put a parking lot underneath it.
So who's going to pay for that?
City, why not?
Well, absolutely.
Well, that's us.
Yeah, but they're going to charge you for
Why
it,
should I
too.
pay for a park I don't ever go to?
Oh, because you love it. No,
Well,
this
that's
is
true.
Vancouver City. You're not even in there.
I see. I see.
You're in Surrey. You can't say that.
Why argue with you guys? Okay, so let me see. The
So-
yeah, yes. So the land was left clear cut.
Well, my question just was there commuter? Are these does this parking lot suit? Are there commuters or there residences using this parking lot right now?
Oh,
And you're right. I'd like to see a
they're all
parking
hanging
lot
out in
underneath the park.
They're
but
all hanging out in the park doing whatever it is people do in parks these days.
Making more.
I guess.
Okay, here we go. This is the good story. The land was left clear cut. As some of the city's irreplaceable homes were felled last year, the city issued, are you ready for this? 951 demolition permits for single-family homes. 40%, or 368 of the homes destroyed, were character homes, and they dated back to 1940. So far this year, we've had about 410 permits, 157 of these for old homes that predate 1940. They tore down Paradise and sold a
I
home.
know.
So what makes
Yeah,
anybody
it's
think
pretty
that a
bad.
1940 house built in Vancouver during the pre-war years would actually be a solid house? Mm-hmm. I mean, you either got knob and tube wiring, you got aluminum wiring,
Yeah.
you don't have insulation, you probably have asbestos in the walls.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you were born before 1940. You're still here.
Yeah, but I don't have any asbestos.
Oh, didn't.
I was going to say, look at his asbestos.
Okay, so that we'll just let that one go. And finally, here, Vancouver's mayor, our buddy and your buddy, Mr. Gregor Robertson, is in favor of vacancy taxes. He says it will help keep the ownership local and will maybe help out a little bit with the high cost of real estate. What do you think? I don't think so. Okay.
You know,
It,
it's kind of, well, you're right. What can I say? These ghost houses in Camden, in Northwest London in 2013, they introduced a 50% tax on homes vacated more than 2 years. And it seemed to be, they really pulled in an awful lot of revenue from that because, of course, Britain is considerably many years ahead of us, and that seems to be working. And my question would be, how do you monitor these homes? Well, of course, Hydro can monitor, tax records can monitor, site inspections, and apparently they also had a hotline. So, you sort of think on your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah, think on your neighbor.
But you know what? Yet the result of that since 2013 brought, this is in Camden, in Northwest London, brought 176 properties back into the use because of people that either had to sell, did not want to pay this tax or whatever. And it also increased rentals because a lot of these people that kept their houses vacant suddenly decided, oh, it's more viable if I'm going to keep my house to rent it out rather than, have to lose it or whatever.
Wow.
So it seemed to, where are we now, 215, 216? That's a couple of years now that this has been proven that it seems to be working, but it's a long, slow process.
In the next segment of our program, we'll be joined by Monica Dino Briga, the president of Mummy Maids. Monica says summertime is here, and with summertime, sometimes there's just a wee bit too much dust out there. You go by a construction site, talk about dust,
Okay.
right?
more real estate information is coming up on Vancouver's original on-air open house. Bless you.
Want to get the woman a Kleenex?
I think so.
Okay, it's Tom Lucas. Good morning, our co-host.
It's all that dust.
It's all that dust out there. She's sneezing away. Fern Northcott. And she's with Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, our producer this morning. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650. Tom Lucas here with Norm Holmes, Vice President of Pioneer West. Norm, I need to know, who are some of your clients at Pioneer West?
Well, I consider our clients to be pretty much anyone, but predominantly our customers tend to be self-employed. Sometimes they're people that either can't provide credit or have bruised credit and need to repair that. And so we give them a mortgage to help them out.
So people can come in, sit down, talk to you, have a cup of coffee, and get all their questions answered, right?
Absolutely.
Go online. It's pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, it's Tom Lucas on the Radio Real Estate Show. At the other end of the phone line is Mike Farkas, my service manager from North Vancouver and East. And Mike, happy Father's Day.
Well, happy Father's Day to you from another father.
Well, you know what? Sometimes dads get a little bit hot under the collar, right?
Never.
Well, sometimes they do, and they have to get in the car to cool down. Has it got a way to cool them down this week?
I have a fantastic offer for Father's Day. 10% off of our parts and labor on any air conditioning service that will get it blowing cold air at you and cooling that collar.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CIL 650. The clean up woman, 'cause she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
1026 on the Radio Real Estate Show on CIL 650, and it's time now for the eco-friendly cleaning tip of the week from Monica Dinao-Briga. She is the founder and the president of Mommy Made. She's on the line right now. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning, Tom. Too much dust in your home is not good if you have allergic reactions. One way of eliminating a lot of dust is to replace your carpets with lino, tile, or wooden flooring. Carpeting has many fibers that hold a lot of dust and release them every time you walk on the floor. If you choose to use carpeting, you should vacuum often and have them shampooed every 6 months. It will keep down the dust and also protect the fibers, so it will look better longer. Lino, tiles, and wooden flooring take more work to keep them clean, but they are much more sanitary because you can wipe away the dirt and dust easily. This is Monica Dinao-Briga for Radio Real Estate.
Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
Thank you very much, Fern. It's 27 minutes after 10 o'clock now, 10:27. What a week in real estate it's been. And this morning, we have a great pleasure on the program. We're going to be going sort of a long distance over to an island.
Oh, really?
Not the British Island, because, well, we don't want anything to do with them anymore.
The new provincial island?
Yes, the new provincial island, Vancouver Island. Did you?
The province of Vancouver Island.
They're going to have a Vancouver Island party coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah, guess where they're going?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, you and your parties.
Hey, you want to go to a party after the show? I think
No.
I think the lady at the other end would like to go to a party with us. Marianne, would you like to go to a party with us?
I sure would.
See, I knew we'd have a taker. Marianne, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome, and thank you for doing this. Marianne, of course, is with Royal LePage, and you are situated in a wonderful spot of British Columbia. You're in Qualicum Beach.
Yes, I am.
I love it over there. It's nice.
It's gorgeous.
It's a nice place. Any good property values over there? Can we get a good deal on a house?
We aren't Vancouver, that's for sure.
I like how she puts it for not Vancouver. Well, people are buying houses in Vancouver. It's crazy. Their mortgage guys are going nuts. The realtors are going nuts. You were going to talk to us this morning about the recreational property report that just came out with Royal LePage. Who's buying recreational properties these days?
It's a combination of the baby boomers and the Gen Xers. It's a lifestyle thing, not an investment thing. It's to get your kids away from the city, away from towns, back to nature, give them a good, clean lifestyle. And whether it's the grandparents buying it or the young professional couples, it's the same objective.
So if you were going to buy a property, where would you buy? Would you buy Sunshine Coast? Would you buy the island?
I sort of specialize in Horn Lake, which is just north of Qualicum Beach, which is strictly recreational. It's off the grid. It's beautiful, quiet, clean, 7-mile lake.
Wow. Horn Lake, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice place. Nice place.
We have family and friends up at Duncan up there at Ubu. Ubu.
Yeah. I just sold one up there too.
I call it Ubu because there's not a lot of people there. It's Ubo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill, there's new people listening to the show all the time. Don't confuse people.
I'm sorry.
It's Ubo.
It's my accent.
It's Ubo. Vancouver Island is a great place to buy. And we talked about who's buying those properties. I heard a commercial on the radio the other day, and I won't say what company it was for, Marianne, and you sort of touched on this. It's about a dad and his son, adult son, and they're having a coffee, and they're up at the family cabin, and they're talking about things. And the son cleverly brings it around to financial talk. And he wants, I guess the question he asks his dad is like, hey, Dad, when you bite the bullet, are we getting this place here? So the dad goes on and says to the son that his mom and his dad have been down to talk to their financial advisor. There's going to be plenty of money, and when they do decide to cash in their chips, the place will be here for them to have. Isn't that dandy?
Yes, and that's what we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm. Is that basically what it's all about?
Not all about it. It's more a lifestyle, as I said before. It's more a lifestyle. People want to get their kids out of the cities and back to nature.
Do you find that there may be older people that perhaps might be selling their big house in the city, buying themselves a recreational property, and I guess there's nothing that says you couldn't live there all year long if you wanted to?
You're not supposed to live there full year, although we do have 3 to 4 dozen residents that do. But some of them are snowbirds. Mm-hmm. They take off for 3-4 months, and they have the lifestyle of the lake for the rest of the year. They go to Mexico. They go to Arizona, wherever.
Wow. So I guess if they decide to do this new bridge or this new road over to the Sunshine Coast, that should open that up a lot for new development, I would imagine.
How many years have we been hearing that?
Yes. Yeah, no kidding. And you people on the island, you're a very amazing group. I love you dearly, especially you people in Qualicum Beach. My mother-in-law used to live there, and she moved from Richmond, and she got to the island, and as soon as they moved to the island, they said, well, we're going to talk about a bridge and that ferries. Maybe we should stop because people moved to the island. They don't want the rest of us coming over.
That's right.
You guys, you got a pretty good thing there, don't you?
We love it here.
How long have you been on the island, Marianne?
Since 1973.
Okay. And what were you doing before that?
Going to school.
Oh, I see. So she's just a kid. I told you, she's just a kid.
I'm not just a kid.
I'm being nice to you, Marianne. Come on. Poor lady. She's what's real estate like? Who do you talk to on an average day over there? I'm just curious. Is it baby boomers? Is it young people? Is it a combination of different ages?
No, Qualicum Beach is very much a retirement community.
Mm-hmm.
And although I'm doing the recreation stuff, it's mainly the recreation stuff is maybe the 40 and 50-year-old age group, and then the retired. It's not much for the young people.
So basically, that is for older folks that maybe have an investment already. They may be able to cash in on the mortgage or sell their place and buy a.
Yeah, very much.
So I guess the Comox, which is kind of a growing community these days.
Yeah.
I guess they have a golf course up there. Obviously, that's going to attract the older crowd again, like you said, for retirement.
We have 9 golf courses.
What's the one I'm thinking of? The one that's
Crown Isle.
Crown Isle.
That's a nice one. They're all nice.
Yeah. They're all beautiful.
Yeah. And I should point out, too, that, Bill, you said the older people play golf. Not only the older people play golf, you know.
No. And young people have
The
time to
kids,
play?
They start right at kids here.
They teach them in school,
play
too.
Golf all year.
Yeah. I think some of the younger people are learning how to play golf in school, which is I never had that opportunity.
They do.
I think that's a great thing.
Do.
I remember when I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 94.
Here we go. We're going to hear the Winnipeg story again. Yeah.
And I'm in a golf shop, and I see these rubber boots with cleats on them. I'm thinking, they must be ice fishing.
No, that was for golf on Vancouver Island.
Apparently.
Yeah. What do you think? If somebody wants to get a hold of you, Marianne, and they say we live in, say, the province of Quebec. We're thinking about moving out to British Columbia. We like the idea of Vancouver Island. It's your weather. What do you say to people like that? They say, "Oh, it rains too much out there."
If it didn't rain, it wouldn't be green.
There you go. That's the answer I was looking for.
Good answer.
What a great answer.
It is a good answer.
If it didn't rain, it wouldn't be green. So there.
And it wouldn't be this beautiful.
And it wouldn't be this beautiful. And prices wouldn't be this good. So there's still some great ideas.
It is good. The deer wouldn't be eating my crab apples on my front yard.
Well, we do have your address. We're coming over after the show. You know that.
Already?
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah, we'll get the 12:00 boat, and we'll be over there in about 3:00. What do you think, Marianne?
I'll be at the lake by then.
Oh, darn!
You can come there.
Well, listen. So recreational property still sounds like it's a pretty good deal in the province of British Columbia, huh?
It still is. I was looking through the national one, and other than the East Coast, we're still amongst the cheapest.
Wow, that's pretty darn good. I like that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that either.
So you're talking like Horn Lake, Lake Cowichan, that area?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now this morning, Marianne, if anybody was listening to the program, they say, Marianne sounds like she's making a whole lot of sense. I'd like to talk to this lady a little bit more and explore the situation of property over on the island, maybe somewhere, some residential property, some recreational property. How do I get in touch with you over there on the island there, Marianne?
Do you want my cell number?
Sure.
250 248-1460.
All right, that's area code 250. The telephone number is 248-1460.
Yes, or if you lose that, it's Royal LePage, Qualicum Beach.
Or I tell you what, if you lose that too, give us a call here at the show and we'll connect you. So
All right.
You're heading off to do some family stuff right now, are you?
Well, I'm heading up to show property, and then I'm going to have some R&R at my cabin.
You realtors, you real estate people, you mortgage people, you're always working. Hey, listen, Marianne, thank you so much for taking time to do this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And next time we're coming to Qualicum, we're coming to see you because I do have your phone number and your address now.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I look forward to it.
Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for doing this with us.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
What a delightful woman.
No kidding.
Nice kidding. Yeah.
Very nice lady.
Yeah, maybe we should just still show up on the island next week.
Well,
What do
I
you
wonder if
think?
you're going to Fanny Bay, get some oysters on the way up to her cabin.
Should have talked to her about that.
No worries for me.
You like that too, don't you?
You betcha.
I'll just stay in the car and watch you two having some fun over there.
Yeah, you don't like them at all.
We'll fry them up for you, though.
Thank you.
So
coming up in the next segment of the program, what will we be doing, Bill? We're going to talk
we're going to talk about the Greater Vancouver market with Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty, West Side, and then I'm going to be talking about the new normal in terms of buying a home in the Lower Mainland.
The new normal, okay.
That's new rules. I want to hear the new rules. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, our producer, Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650. Hi, this is for Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. For Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Tom Lucas again with Norm Holmes, the Vice President of Pioneer West. Let's talk about the advantages of dealing with Pioneer West.
Well, I think the biggest one is experience. Both David Stewart and myself have been in the business for over 35 years. We have seen it all, and we can help you through whatever financial situation you're going through. And the other one is service. We pride ourselves in giving top-notch service to our clients.
Find out more online, pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being the topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Mostly cloudy this morning. Some showers in the forecast. They should dissipate by noon, and after that, it's going to be a better-looking weekend, right, Willie?
It is wow.
Wow.
It is wow.
Wow.
Sunday is going to be a high of 23, except inland 27. Wow. On Monday, it's going to be a high of 24. Sunny. Did I say sunny? It's going to be sunny.
Wow.
Sunny.
Wow.
Except inland's going to be 28, so it's going to be wow.
Wow, that is wow, isn't it? And wow, right now, wow, holy cow, wow, it's, wow, what is that, 15 degrees?
Yeah.
Wow.
CL 650. I want some money. Counting money is easy to do. I want some money.
I want some money. I want to say wow. I love the money. Wow. You like money? That's why you're in this business.
Absolutely. I like counting it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You like helping people get money to make their real estate dreams come true?
It's just a different way of living a lifestyle. But, we help people every day to see something they didn't think possible.
All right. Well, Fern and I want to talk to you about that. But first of all, Don Mortimer is standing by. He's with Remax Crest Realty Westside. And this morning, he wants to look at the Lower Mainland real estate market for us. He's on the phone line. Donald, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. You're hands-free, aren't you?
Absolutely. On my way to show some lovely apartments in Burnaby and Vancouver.
That's what I like about you. You never, ever, ever finish working. The weekend is here. Don Mortimer is at work. That housing bubble, is it a bubble? What is it? Is it going to stop? Are the prices still going to go up?
I think it's still going to rise and rise. That the money that's coming into Canada is just controlling the market completely.
Better call my realtor right now. I'll call you, Don, after the show. Come over and tell me what my house is worth, okay?
That'll be fabulous. Thank you very much.
Multiple offers are still going on.
Oh, yes. That's why I'm down again in Vancouver. Every time we go into one, there's so many. They're just ridiculously going over full price.
And, of course, the realtors out there could use more inventory, so if you have something you want to sell, give Don a call. Don, give me an example of that apartment you're heading off to today.
I'm going to show a two-bedroom apartment on Kingsway in Vancouver. We've been pushed out on quite a few already, so let's just see what happens.
Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. You do your wonderful job as usual. We'll talk to you real soon on Radio Real Estate.
Yeah, this is Don Mortimer with Radio Real Estate.
If you'd like to buy or sell in the Metro Vancouver area, call Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty, West Side at 604-781-6000. That's 604-781-6000.
Thank you so much for now. This morning we were talking with Mary Ann. Her last name is Keelty, and she's a realtor with Royal LePage on Vancouver Island. We were talking about the recreational report. And if you're interested in calling Mary Ann, her telephone number, long distance number 1-205-248-1460. That's 1-250-248-1460. If you missed that phone number, give us a call here at the radio show, and we'll be happy to pass it along to you. Now, earlier on the show, Bill, first of all, let's play a little song for Bill.
I need the dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need the dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need the dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
Hey, 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 would you share your dollar with me? Bill, you promised us you were going to talk about the new normal. What is that?
That's cool.
That was an angel. That was another angel.
Another angel.
Yeah. And he's back again.
What's happening out there is that the market has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be aware of what's going on. So before you even start looking at homes, even more important, I mean, you've heard us say this time and time and time again, and I come across people all the time who do not do this. Get pre-approved. Getting pre-approved means get all the requested, which are actually required documents. Don't think you know what the person is saying. Make sure that you know what they're saying. If we ask for a bank statement, give us 90 days. If there's two sides to the statements, make sure we get both sides. People are not paying attention to the detail, and today's lenders are absolutely paying attention to the detail, and if you miss something, you're just not going to get approved.
So if you and I are sitting down and you say, bring in such and such document, and I'm not too sure what such and such document is, then I should really ask you.
Absolutely.
Because you need it to do your job.
And I'll send you a sample.
Okay.
I mean, it's not as if we haven't done this before.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have blank notice of assessment. People say, what's a notice of assessment? A notice of assessment is what Revenue Canada sends to you after you send in your T1 General. Oh, okay, what's a T1 General? T1 General is the form you fill out every year saying how much money you earn. You get your T4 on there. You might have some RSPs. You send it into the Government of Canada. They either agree with that or not agree with that. That's a T1 General. If you have revenue income, I want to see that on that T1 General. I don't want to just see your T4 showing the gross income. I don't want to see just your notice of assessment showing all your income. I need to see a breakdown. If you have revenue properties, if you have investment certificates, if you have business you're a proprietorship, I want to see all those extra pages. So it's not just the front four, it's the entire T1 General. I need it.
We talk about how important pre-approvals are in the show. We've been talking about this, I guess, for the past 10 years till we're all blue in the face. Fern, do you still go with people to look at properties and then you find out in the conversation that they are not pre-approved?
Oh, no. That's the first thing you got to do is have them pre-approved. And Bill is very, very right in what he's saying because, how can you take people to what they can't afford and then break their hearts? So it's they got to know what they can buy.
I guess part of it is listening. If you say to somebody, what do you need there, Mary Lee? And she says, I need 3 bedrooms. You say, well, I got this great 7-bedroom place. This not going to work, is it?
all
No,
about.
it isn't. But a lot of people that when they buy homes that they will tell me what they need, and I will stretch that box a little bit because a lot of times they end up buying something totally different than what they thought they had in their mind, and that's kind of what it's all about. People will walk into a house and say, "Oh, this really suits my lifestyle," but even though it has 7 bedrooms, it doesn't matter because I like the living room, family room, the open concept, and all of this kind of stuff. So I think you get my gist.
So in other words, as the Rolling Stones once said, you can't always get what you want, but you sometimes can get what you need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you ask these important questions.
So we ask all these questions.
Yeah.
I need to have this. I need to have. I have to tell you this. I need this information, and I need to show it to a lender. So I have to dumb it down so they don't have to kind of go over this information and try to discern what I'm trying to tell them.
So what you're saying is you need this information.
I need this information. Then we pull a credit check. We haven't even got that far yet. Now we're going to pull a credit check with your approval, and we're going to make sure that your credit is going to allow you to buy the property that you think that you can afford.
What if I come to you and I say, Bill, don't worry about that part. I've already checked my own credit. I'm a good guy. I can afford.
I cannot send any of your files into a lender without an attached credit bureau, so I have to pull the credit bureau.
Wow.
Then
Yeah.
that's just the basics. We're just talking about, okay, so now I know and you know that you're qualified. Now you're going to go out and compete. Now Fern's going to take you out.
So now I can talk to Fern and say, I've seen Bill. I'm ready to go.
But she's going to tell you, totally different game. You have to be armed and dangerous. You have to have your pre-approval, and you better have a bank draft.
Oh, geez.
For 5% of the purchase price. You want to be ready so that when you make an offer.
So go ahead, Fern.
When
Sorry.
you're going into a multiple offer, when you're making a multiple offer situation, you have to be exactly armed and ready because you're in competition with 3, 4, 5 other realtors. And if you've done your due diligence and you have all of this in your hand, you are a lot more likely to get your buyers the property. And it isn't always the price. It's terms and conditions. And if all the groundwork is laid out before you make an offer on a piece of property, it gives the buyer a lot more credibility.
Well, when I'm talking to clients, I'm saying to them, and I'm doing this with the assistance of the realtors I deal with, like Fern, and I'm saying, when you make an offer, you have to listen to your realtor. You have to be prepared to offer a price, but the price that you're offering has to be competitive with the market and not necessarily compared to the list price of the property. And that is probably the most frustrating part for all my realtors, because there is no foundation for the price that's going to be accepted on this offer. There's no foundation. So your client has to be ready.
Do you find yourself, are you running into that situation too, Fern?
I find that quite often, and it's real interesting being on the other end of the stick looking for when you're working for the seller, and you have 4 or 5 different realtors come in with different different offers and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. Some of them are really tight. Some of the offers are really good. And when I'm saying good and tight means that all of the groundwork has been done. And then other offers come in, and it's just like slinging mud against the wall. And I think, whoa, where is this coming from? So you've got to, when you're looking at multiple offer situation for your sellers, you have to be a really good judgment of what is written in front of you.
So you have to be pre-approved because you and I, Fern, couldn't go into an open house and I say, hey, Fern, I like this place. Let's make him an offer. And you say, what do you want to pay, Tom? I say, well, maybe I can go see Bill and maybe I can get pre-approved. I should be pre-approved before you and I even walk through that darn door, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of people that are going through open houses, of course, they're working with their own realtor. And that is the first question I ask people when they're coming through my open house is, do you have your own realtor? Yes, I do. Who is it? They tell me who it is. And that can also give me a little bit of background on how to be with these people. Basically, I just say to them, enjoy the open house. If I can answer any questions, please do. If you're interested, please have your realtor call me. That's it.
You know, on the show earlier this morning, we were talking, Bill, and you and I were talking about getting a mortgage and dealing with a mortgage broker online as opposed to dealing with a mortgage broker in person. And I could be wrong, and God knows I've made a career of being wrong, but it would seem to me that it would make more sense for a situation like this to actually go and sit down and be face-to-face with the mortgage broker, because the mortgage broker could ask you questions that perhaps maybe they wouldn't ask you online.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Absolutely. And, then you get to know your people's personality as well. And I will say it, that everybody emits body language. And you can pretty well, if you're good at body language, and then you can pretty well read your client. You can't read them online, and a lot of times you can't read them over the phone.
I thought you were just saying that
And
to me
vice versa.
because I was slouching over the board, the control board here. I just thought you meant straighten up. Bill, did your mom call my mom?
Yeah, I think she did.
Stand up
Okay.
straight there, young man. So it's 10:49. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. And Fern, if somebody would like to take Bill up on his information here, how do they get a hold of Bill?
To get expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com. Or by calling Bill at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
Now, Bill, before we go to break, let me ask you, do you get a lot of people coming in looking for pre-approval on things like recreational property?
Yes, I do.
You do, eh?
Yep. They come in, they want to know how they can do it. A lot of times we're taking equity out of their existing home for their down payment on the next property.
Now, when you say you're taking equity out of somebody's home, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be putting that house on the market, though, does it?
No.
No. What does that mean?
What it means is that you're taking out, let's say that your house is, you bought it at $300,000,
Okay.
it's now worth, let's say it's worth $500,000.
Okay.
So you can finance up to 80% of that, so that's $400,000. So you actually have $100,000 of equity in your home that we can take out of that for your down payment on your recreation property.
And then do I need to prove to you that I have 5 jobs to be able to pay for this?
Absolutely.
I see, okay.
And I need your job letter, your pay stub,
Letters.
your notice of assessment of Revenue Canada. I'm going to need to see deposits in your bank account. I need to see your mortgage statement for last year. I need to know what you're doing for a job next year. That's just the beginning.
That's a lot of information to carry around, so I'm going to call Hulk Hogan, and he's going to come with me. He's going to carry my bag for me because there's lots of information
I was
there.
going to say, do you take the firstborn too?
Yeah, and small blood samples. In our next segment, we're going to hear from our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen. This morning, Finn says it's not as inexpensive as it once was to build your dream home.
No kidding. Like back in those days, it was like
inexpensive.
Everything's relative, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Everything is relative.
Yeah,
all
everything is
relative.
relative.
I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Speaking of relatives, I met some of your relatives once, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Good morning, it's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of RE/MAX Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our very able-bodied producer this morning, as usual, is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650. Hi, it's Tom Lucas on the Radio Real Estate Show. At the other end of the phone line is Mike Farkas, my service manager from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, happy Father's Day.
Well, happy Father Days to you from another father.
Well, you know what? Sometimes dads get a little bit hot under the collar, right?
Never.
Sometimes they do, and they have to get in the car to cool down. Has it got a way to cool them down this week?
I have a fantastic offer for Father's Day. 10% off of our parts and labor on any air conditioning service that will get it blowing cold air at you and cooling that collar.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of RE/MAX Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Fern.
Hi, Tom Lucas here with Norm Holmes.
Just checking, do you have any listings here?
Pioneer West. Norm, we've talked about
Okay,
MIC.
coming up here.
What is a MIC?
A MIC is a mortgage investment corporation. It's a pooled fund of mortgage investments. It has a special status before Revenue Canada so that the interest or
CIL 650.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
Does somebody like to get Finn down off the roof, please? He's fixing that hole so the rain doesn't come in. He's up there every Saturday morning at this time. It is raining till noon today, and then it's going to get a little bit better. In just a second, we're going to talk to Fern and to Bill about digital dollars. But in the meantime, what we should do is maybe talk to Finn, because he does have to get down off that roof pretty soon.
Before he slips off.
Before his wife starts calling him, it's lunchtime. So we're going to talk to Finn right now. He's up on that roof. What's going on there, Finster?
Good morning, Tom, and good morning to everyone. The possibility of owning a good home has never been better. All the materials and technology are present to accomplish the task of producing the least expensive structure to maintain. To build, that's another thing. And it's easy to see why. Compared to homes constructed from the 1900s until the late 1940s, of which many are still standing, things hadn't changed too much. Coal became oil, then natural gas. Insulation, what there was of it, helped, and that was all. The mechanicals were okay. At least you didn't have to go outside to visit the loo. One bathroom per family was considered enough, and so it went. The luxury of this home was, by comparison, understated. The picture is clear. We're putting a lot more into our accommodations than ever before, and it doesn't end with 3 loos. The rest would take a bit of time to list. An architect would explain his ideas in detail, starting with the concept. An electrical contractor will point out all the systems for communications and security to circuit protection. Likewise, designers would need time to fully explain in quality of materials and finishes commonplace in today's homes that were a mere figment of their imagination a couple of generations ago. Yet these old-timers were wonders. They had character, built to do a job, not too many frills, many can attest to that, and were within the reach of a good number of families. Not cheap, mind you, especially when financing was included. They were right for their time, but in this time, a fond memory. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Have Finn take care of your plumbing and air conditioning needs. Fast, reliable, and dependable service is only 10 digits away. Call Gentech Mechanical Installations 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
You know, 10 digits away. Beep, 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 beep.
I love that. Only 10 digits away.
10 digits away. Beep, 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 beep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 10 digits away. So I'm going to talk to Fern about
more coffee.
No, I need to stop drinking coffee. I'm going to talk to Fern about a great listing she's got. But first of all, you brought up something before we go to Fern. And Fern, you can help us out in this. Bill wants to talk to us about digital dollars. What the heck are digital dollars?
Bank of Canada is going to meet Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. Bitcoin.
The digital dollar experiment.
I thought Bitcoin has gone the way of the dodo bird already.
Well, it has, but this is something different.
I see.
The Bank of Canada is experimenting with a digital currency and payment system as it grapples with the risks and opportunities posed by unregulated, digital currencies such as Bitcoin. So as the big 5 banks are dealing with the Bank of Canada, so that's going to happen. It's going to be called CAD Coin. The Bank of Canada described the project as a wholesale interbank payment system. So they're dealing with our 5 big banks, another company called Payments Canada, another company called R3, and this is based out of New York, and it consists of, as a consortium of 50 of the world's largest banks. They're trying to figure out a way to transfer funds in a much more secure manner.
Really? To me, at this point, it just seems a lot easier to go and see Bill and Fern, you know? It just seems.
But money is like, they're talking about money on your iPhone. They're talking about money. Now there's a new bank called Mugo online, and the banks are afraid of losing that market share because the banks do control 60% of the finances in this country. So if they have these other online banks starting to take over, they'll lose their market share.
I think what these banks should do is take the Bill Macklem Fern Northcott approach, invite people to come in, sit down, have a cup of coffee, maybe a cookie, talk about the ball game or the kids' ballet lessons, and do business that way. I like the old-fashioned way.
When's the last time somebody asked you how to design a studio that you work in so that you actually had the space you needed?
Oh, I use it, but they don't ask me how to design them.
Exactly.
It's sort of like flying an airplane,
exactly.
Right? But I was
because
told
you're frontline person. You deal with it every day.
Because I use the equipment, but they don't ask.
Exactly.
That's right.
Same with us. We're frontline people. Fern is doing real estate every day. I do mortgages every day. Anybody ask us?
And the days that you're not doing real estate or mortgages, we don't want to hear about it.
I'm normally collapsed.
10:57, Fern. I know the weekend is here, and you never stop. You're a dynamo. You're always working hard, and you've got a brand new listing to share with our audience this morning.
We certainly do. We've got a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo in the Soho, which is located at 8168-120A. That's 8168 120A. It's 855 square feet. Stainless steel appliances, granite counters. It's only 6 years old. Open plan. It's ground floor. Backs onto green space. You're allowed pets and rentals. Exercise center. It has a guest suite, and it is $264,000.
Wow! Now is this the new Soho project? They're doing a big remote broadcast at today, or is this a different one?
This is a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is on 120A in the 8100 block.
So it sounds like a good deal. Now, what kind of person do you suspect would perhaps purchase a place like this?
Well, you know, a lot of people that would purchase this would either be somebody that's retired and mainly a snowbird, but still needs to keep an address here with 2 bedrooms. That 855 square feet doesn't sound like an awful lot of square feet, but you know, with all the built-in furniture that you can get nowadays too, that a lot of people are just saying, okay, I'm downsizing, I'm selling my house, my furniture, everything, and I'm going to spend half my life, half my year in Arizona or in Mexico. And so, you know, it's a secure place. You're not worried about break-ins. You're not worried about any of those kind of things when you're home, when you're away, when you do own a single-family dwelling. That's the main concern if you're a snowbird.
I got you. Now, Bill, while Fern was chatting, you're doing some numbers.
Yeah, so with that property, you see they have $13,200 down, and their payments per month would be $1,167 plus strata fees.
So it's
there you go.
Yeah, good deal. So you're back on the show again next week, Fern. We're going to have some more fun. Anything special on your mind for next week before we go?
All kinds of things. You know, I saw a video recently, and I didn't take notes. It happened too quickly, about the property transfer tax. How much is being collected per year? And it looks like that it's more than all of our resources that we have in British Columbia. So it's a pretty good cash cow. And I'll have a breakdown of property transfer tax next week.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Now, in the meantime, Finn, if somebody would like to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
I can be reached at 604-790-9066. That's cell or phone, 604-790-9066. If you're shy, I can be reached at fern@smart.com. That's Fern with an E, F-E-R-N-E, at smart with 2 T's, SMARTT.com.
Our house in the middle of our street.
Let's call Fern.
Call Fern?
Call Fern after the show.
Smart. Call Fern Smart.
Let's call Fern Smart.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
There you go.
We call her Fern Smart.
Smart
Fern.
Smart Fern. I like that. Fern, thank you for being here today. What a fantastic job.
Thank you, Tom. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. I learn so much about real estate every week because I walk in here on Mondays or it's Friday, and I go, gee whiz, we got a show coming up on Saturday. What are we going to talk about? And you guys never let me down. There's always something to talk about, eh? Like digital dollars. I never heard of that.
Isn't that neat?
That's neat. Fern, you have a great week.
Yeah, you know, I can't wrap my head around that.
No, we will. I'm sure Bill will help us through it. Billy, you have a good week, too. What's your number, by the way, Bill?
604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Now, I was in your office the other day, and I noticed a big batch of cookies. Has Mom been busy?
Yeah, she's got 2 batches for me to pick up. I was over there on Friday to pick it up, and I forgot. I got talking about business and financing. And
I got an idea. On the way home today, we'll stop by Mom's place and say hi. Right?
You got a big batch.
I'm going.
Good.
Talk to you next week, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Dwayne, thank you so much. And we're back on Monday morning at 7 o'clock with the morning show on CL 650. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Happy summer, everybody. Thank you. Bye.